I'm Alicia Fishbein of Born Doulas, and today I'm here with...
My name's Angela.
And Angela is a wonderful birth client of mine, and today we're just going to talk a little bit about Angela's experience. So, Angela, tell me about, before we started working together, what was the biggest problem that you were coming across in your pregnancy with your first?
So, to be honest, I'm not sure I have an answer to that question. I think when I first became pregnant with my first child, I was in this place where I was just kind of go with the flow. I figured the doctors would tell me everything I needed to know.
Right.
I wasn't really, I don't know, I guess I was just kind of in a place of like go with whatever the mainstream presents me with.
Right.
And I was planning on having a hospital birth, and I was just going through all the steps, checking all the boxes, not really worrying about anything.
Right.
So yeah, I didn't have any specific problems or worries. I was just kind of figuring things out as I went and taking it as it came.
Sure.
And
then what happened?
well, a friend of mine recommended, actually two friends of mine recommended you to me, so I hired them because again, I was just going with the flow and checking all the boxes. And I think it was just an interesting progression. At some point I watched the documentary, The Business of Being Born, and that kind of planted a seed. But a seed I did not follow up on at all, and still planned a hospital birth until about, I think like 36, 37 weeks along. I forget exactly when it was, but it was right up until the end where I finally decided, I did the hospital tour.
What happened when you were on the tour?
And I just felt incredibly overwhelmed and anxious the whole time. Not that there was anything wrong with the hospital. It didn't feel right for me.
Right.
It felt very impersonal and very sterile and bright, and I just couldn't picture myself being in labor, getting into a car, going into the hospital and trying to listen to my body while arguing with hospital staff about what I wanted. So I kind of panicked. And I think it was on the way home from that tour, I was talking to my husband, and he basically had the same exact response, which I was like, this is something we need to listen to. And I think we called you during that drive home. Alicia, what do we do? And you were great. You were so helpful. You supported me to trust my instincts, trust my body, trust my feelings, and you put me in touch with some midwives, and the very last minute we did some interviews and got ourselves a midwife and had a home birth.
Unbelievable. How did it feel to have that home birth?
Terrifying.
I so appreciate your honesty.
I think I was terrified the whole time, but no, more because it was just something I didn't know. I think, especially the first time, I'm not sure there's any amount of preparing you can do. And I did prepare. I was talking with you about things, and you were great with, teaching me what to expect. And I was doing the Gentle Birth app and constantly, like multiple times a day. And, I was in this place where I was telling myself, I trust my body, I trust my baby. And then I was in the thick of it, and I was like, oh, what's going on? What's happening?
For sure. It's such a new experience. And it's so big.
And I think that's one of the things I was really grateful to have you there for during the thick of it, because yes, I was still doing the meditations and hypnosis during birth, but it was also wonderful to have somebody there to be like, this is all normal, you were fine, eat something.
What would you say, what was the end result of your birth and of working together? Tell me about coming through on the other side.
I was definitely grateful it was over. But I felt very proud that it was something that I was able to do. And I was so grateful for all the support from you, from my husband, from my midwife. I remember feeling incredibly strongly after my first birth that I could not have done that without everyone there. Very strongly about that. And I remember the biggest thing was I needed somebody to hold my hips the entire time.
Yes. Oh my goodness, it does feel good.
Yeah, so, but yeah, very proud, very emotional, like, and yeah, I remember like crying after the fact about like the support that I had and knowing how important that was, and so grateful that I had gotten it.